Good evening, and thank you for joining me for a brief time to discuss literature and the components authors use to create it. It is my hope that through these videos, we will have a chance to discuss some things that are important to what we're doing in class. Through the videos, I hope that you will have the time to slow things down and to review them and to utilize this experience in order to better understand what we are working on. Come to class prepared with questions related to what I've covered. It's important to understand this so that when we talk about literature, we talk about stories. Technically, in academic terms, stories are considered narratives, and there have been narratives throughout the entire existence of the human race. All of this fits in with time in a sense that literature is connected to culture, to history, to politics, to even human nature. The purpose and nature of literature has always been twofold. It has often been created as a form of entertainment, which we typically understand quite well. More academically, however, literature also serves the purpose to instruct. Some of the oldest educational systems or strategies has always been elder people in a society teaching younger people through stories. It is where we get our legends, where we get our fables, where we get our fairy tales. All of those things are designed to give sort of a moral lesson, a moral compass, so to speak, in order to help young people understand what is good and bad in their societal beliefs and traditions. Now, when we start to consider the types of narratives, the types of stories that are told throughout history, we come to terms with the reality that stories exist in patterns. Major ideas, major components are repeated. Different characters, different settings, different conflicts, but the same shared structures. Academics who study literature learn to recognize these patterns. Thomas C. Foster wrote a great book that deals with this entire premise. But what it comes down to is the idea that there are types of stories, each focuses on a certain aspect of life and human nature and human experience, and they follow a fairly predictable pattern. As entertainment, these things become readily accessible, and we, as readers, pick stories that we like. And we find more and more authors that write more and more stories that are similar to our taste because we like that structure. Academically, we start to understand that the things that authors write about over and over again throughout history develop what we know and what we discuss as themes. Themes become those essential components that we, the reader, should learn from. It's not necessarily a moral lesson like a children's story, but it's still an idea that the outcome of a story should tell us something about ourselves and about the world in which we live. Now that you've taken the time to watch the video, I thank you. I would like you to write me a brief email that identifies one essential question you have about what I've discussed, or literature in general, or the things we've been doing in class related to studying literature. Additionally, in your email, simply include one of your favorite stories and why you like it or why it stands out to you